Yeah, you should put these microphones underneath your shirt and then tuck them over here.
Yeah, I know.
I don't care.
I don't either.
It isn't like I'm on a Johnny Carson show and somebody's paying me $1,000 to sit out here.
Hmm,
I might be a little grumpy today. Just
might be.
warning you now. Because I've been sick the last 3 days, I think. I don't know what I had or anything about it. So don't ask. I'm not a doctor. And I don't need any physician assistants out there to tell me what to do. I'm fine. I'm just telling you that I got sick all of a sudden. And it was so bad that you guys don't know me. You think you do, but you don't. That I told Sue on the day that I was the sickest, actually. I didn't eat nothing for 2 days. I think I had a bowl of soup one day and a bowl of soup the next day, and that was it. That's all I could choke down. And I told her, I said, if I die, I want you to cremate me.
Oh, I thought you said don't cremate.
No, I was serious. Because you get to be my age, and I've seen people down here, and we've had our neighbors that they get sick about something, and next thing you know, you hear 2 days later they died. With all this stuff going around, you got COVID going around, you got this respiratory, whatever the hell it is going around, and all kinds of, I don't even know what, stuff going around, and I don't know what I got, don't know where I caught it, because I haven't been around nobody. I haven't been around nobody. I haven't been to no parties. I haven't been to no bars. I don't go to the squares. I stay away from people, especially this time of year when the northerners come down, because with them comes flu symptoms and colds and stuff. As you all know, it ain't been but a couple weeks ago, I went and got my flu shot. I do all these things. And that's probably the first time I've been sick in, I can't even tell you how long, years. And it just hit me
Yeah.
all of a sudden. I mean, literally. I just didn't feel good. She brought some dinner to me. I ate part of that dinner and I didn't even eat the rest of it. I just put it in the kitchen because I just didn't feel right. And then that was it. For about 3 days, I was bedridden. And I didn't get up. I didn't hardly do nothing. So here it is, the day before Thanksgiving. We was going to have Thanksgiving dinner here with Linda and Roy. We canceled that. Are we on the air?
Yeah.
How come I don't see no comments popping up here?
Oh, I don't know. I've got
Oh,
him.
oh, okay. I ain't got my
Okay.
phone on. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was looking on that.
Oh, okay.
Usually I see them popping
Hi,
up.
Michigan.
So anyway,
Ruth's here. Joy's here.
um,
Rick Anderson's here. So
I'm not dead, so
I had 3 days of peace.
we're here. And I told Sue, I said, if she wants to do Thanksgiving tomorrow, I'm good to go. Um, but like I said, I don't know what I had. I don't know. Maybe I'm still contagious with something. But it wasn't the flu or anything like that. Uh, I have no idea.
Well, I think we probably should put Thanksgiving off for a couple more days, just in case you have
Maybe.
something.
I mean, maybe that's fine. I feel weak
Yeah.
after about 3 days of being down.
Yeah.
I just feel weak. But I'm rather pissed off about it because I don't get sick. And that's what pisses me off is when I
Because
do.
you're normal like everybody else.
No, I like to know why. If somebody says, well, you got the flu, okay, I'll deal with that. If somebody said, well, hey, you caught COVID. Well, I don't know if I did or didn't, truthfully, because I've never been tested for it. Or I don't have one of them test kits, do I?
It's in the bathroom. Yes.
I guess we do have a test kit, but I never used it.
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off is the fact that I'll be just perfectly healthy on a Monday, and then Tuesday I'm sick as a dog, and that just makes me mad because that just don't seem right to me.
Yeah, and I don't think it was a reaction to the flu shot. He had the flu shot the 9th.
No, it ain't no reaction to flu shot. I've never had a reaction to flu
Yeah.
shots. Never.
And I said it's been a while since he's had it, so I don't think that's what it was. But
So anyway, we're having our morning coffee because truthfully, I only got out of bed about an hour ago.
yeah, my morning coffee. This is my afternoon coffee. I've been up since 5.
I tell everybody I'm not an early riser. That's not a joke. I'm not an early riser, but I'm a late to go to bedder. Is that such a word? Go to bedder?
I don't think it's a word, but
I'll make
that's
it
all right.
one.
Nobody cares.
I didn't get to bed this morning till like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm editing next Friday's news. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. I don't make the news. I just read it to you. I get accused of this all the time. Listen, I don't make the news. I just read it to you. And while we're on that subject of people not paying attention or listening, let me dwell into something that irritates me. I put
We're
up
going to start right off the bat
I
with
don't
this.
care. I put up these videos of homes for sale for several reasons. One, it kind of gives you an idea of what a house of this type, whatever it is, will cost you right now. A year from now, that can change. Obviously, 3 years ago, it was totally different. But that's what a house will cost you now, or at least that's what they're asking, the asking price. On a pre-owned home, you can negotiate a price. Brand new ones, you cannot. So, I do a walkthrough, and I'm kind of showing you kind of the best that I can the design of the house, the layout of the inside of the house, how the kitchen is compared to the living room, or how the guest bedrooms are on one side of the house compared to the main bedroom or the master bedroom on the other side of the house, which is the way ours is. I like it that way, but not all houses are like that. And then I try to point out some difference. If this house is say far north up there, they had different ways of constructing a home 25 years ago compared to the way they construct some of the homes today. So I'll point out a few different things, like notice this window up here, or notice this. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but just little things. I said, there's this is different. This is an upgrade. Back in the day, this would have been an upgrade. Stuff like that. Carpeting floors or carpeted floors compared to say a tile floor. That's a huge price difference in a new house. Ask anybody who's bought one and said, I don't want carpet in my living room. I want tile to go all the way through. Huge price difference. So that's what I do. And then I try to put all the contact information in there for the realtor that's selling the home. And then I usually put that as a disclaimer at the very front of the video. I'll say, I don't sell homes. I just show them to you. So people, quit asking me real estate questions about a home for sale. I don't sell homes. I just show them to you. That's why I show you the real estate guys. I got so many questions saying one of them was insulting, and I took it that way. And it's very possible I may go in there and block him because I just don't need this. Saying, hey, when you cut these videos about a house, if you can't put the price on there, it's really a useless video. That pisses me off. It was in the video. I sit there and read the stuff. How much, how many square foot. I did all that. That tells me that either you're not paying attention or you didn't watch the video. So do that one more time and you're gone. I don't need somebody like you around. Second of all,
Don't ask me.
should I stop now?
I think so.
All right. We'll let it go.
We'll let it pass. Yes, yes. Well, gee, we've got a lot of people here.
Oh, I can hear it now. What's he rambling about now?
No, well,
Yeah,
like I said,
just keep in mind, I just got off of being sick, and I don't feel well. I feel okay, but my patients are like this right now, like that.
Yeah, everybody gets that way. Then they don't feel good, so I'll let it pass.
I feel fine.
Yeah.
It's just there's certain things that happen continually, and I don't understand why these things keep happening if you're doing what you say you're doing. I take people for their word when they say, I watch all your videos all the time. How come you don't put a price in here?
Well, okay.
Well, you're not watching or you're not paying attention.
Mark Sears says he's not lucky enough to spend winters in Florida, but watching you two makes me feel better. I've had 4 COVID shots and have never had it. He's 67. Well, you are fortunate. But if you've had the 4 shots, you've took your, you've done your due diligence. So.
Well, I don't think I had the flu.
And
No,
I know.
I don't think I did. I've had the flu several times.
When it didn't last that long.
No.
So I don't think so either.
No, because
at first I did, but
the last time I had the flu was the reason why I really started taking the shots, because up to that point, I was one of those people, I'm not getting a flu shot. Those things don't really do anything. They really don't help you. When you get a flu shot, somebody told me you get the flu. That's all crap. We all know that right now. But the last time I got the flu, I was working for UPS, and literally, I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. I was that bad. I really felt that bad. And I told Sue when I got done, I forget how old I was, probably in my 50s. I said, I'm going to start getting the flu shot next year. I mean, whether it works or it don't work, it can't hurt. I'm going to try it. What else do you have? And since I started doing the flu shots, I have never had a cold. I have never had the flu. Knock on wood. I know that it doesn't stop me from getting that. It just makes the effects a lot better. And maybe that's what happened this time. Maybe I did have the flu because I had the shot. It didn't last very long. I don't know. All I know is it hit me hard. It hit me fast. I've never had that happen before. And anything I ate in the last 6 days, I got rid of it that night 6 different times. Oh, man, it was awful. Did you ever throw up so much that it burned the back of your throat and you couldn't hardly talk because it hurt? That's how I was. Is that too gross?
And kind of.
Well,
but it didn't last very long, so I don't think it was anything like that because you didn't get sick until like Saturday night. And I said, you're fine today other than being weak. You're well enough to bitch a little bit, so you're good.
well,
I knew that yesterday when you started complaining about something that you was going to be okay.
microwave.
Yeah.
God damn it. We've been here 8 years. And yeah, 8 years this month. And our second microwave took a crap again. First microwave lasted about 4 years, took a crap, couldn't get a replacement because I wanted it to match everything that's in there. We had Whirlpool at that time, and I wanted everything to match. Couldn't get it. Whirlpool is a discontinued item. Nobody had it, couldn't order one. So we got the next best thing that kind of matched, but didn't really match, but it kind of matched, was a General Electric. Brand name, right? 4 years later, I went in there to use it a couple of days ago, and nothing. No electricity to it at all. So I thought, well, maybe it's the plug. So I took an extension cord and plugged it into the microwave, plugged it into another outlet, nothing. It's dead in the water. And I know somebody's going to say, well, inside a microwave, I'm not tearing this thing apart. You got to take it out. It's heavy. You got to take it off the wall. I'm not doing all that. So she's in a process now of trying to find new everything for the kitchen, new refrigerator, new dishwasher, new microwave. And then I said, I want it installed. I'm not going to do this stuff anymore. Well, they want a tremendous amount of money to install this stupid stuff, like on the refrigerator. How much was it to hook the water and stuff up to the refrigerator?
It wasn't for the refrigerator. It was for the microwave and the dishwasher. For the microwave, it was $129.
No, you told me on the refrigerator, they demand a metal line.
They make you change the line. They want a new line.
So there's more money they're going to get for the metal line.
It's 14 something for that. No biggie. But for installing the microwave, it was $129. For the dishwasher, they actually have a plumber, and that was from $200 to $500, depending on how much trouble they had putting it in.
This is crazy nuts. They're crazy nuts. I mean,
well, we're so used to you being able to do it that we're not used to those prices. So I don't know.
No, I just told her, I got ticked off. I said, just tell them to deliver it and leave it in the garage. I'll install it myself. God, I get so sick of this.
But now, eventually you won't be able to do that. And I said, I was kind of leery about you putting this microwave in because it's kind of heavy.
It is heavy, and it's hard to get it up there.
Yeah, I said, without help, anyhow. And so,
I might pay that $100 and something for the microwave.
Well, that's what I mean. I got to know that before.
Make sure you get a microwave that's vented, because this microwave in here in the wall, we have a vent that takes it out.
And I said, but I've got to know that before I buy it. And I've got to, if you want to take advantage of the Black Friday sale, you got to do it today.
I don't have to do anything. I don't do.
Well, I'm working on it.
I haven't even found me on the phone yet. I'm still going through it.
I'm doing my homework, but it is kind of aggravating because what they have in the store, what they have online is two different things. Because I was looking for one online that I'd seen in the store. What they have in the store, what they have online. There you go.
There you are.
But
Also, by the way, here's another thing that irritates me. I know I just butted in. You're going to say something, but I don't care. That somebody, let me tell you a little secret here. These YouTube channels down here are getting very competitive. For whatever reason, I don't know. But somebody came from Jerry and Linda's channel, which I have nothing against Jerry and Linda's channel. If any of you have been watching all of our channels at any reasonable length of time, I had Jerry and Linda on my WNL show to introduce them to you guys to help them get started. And then all of a sudden, this goddamn war started about their channel is better than my channel is worse than theirs. I'm sick of that. Somebody came on one of my videos, I forget which one it was, somebody had made a comment about I didn't make this comment. Somebody made a comment about they take their money and buy cruise tickets or whatever, and we take our money and we donate them to Children's Wish. Hey, listen, everybody does what they want to do with their money. It's none of my business. I just know what I want to do in December, and that's what I'm going to do. But I do know that most people don't support them efforts, and here's how I know that. When you got a video that gets an average view of, say, I don't know, 5,000 views, and then all of a sudden you have a W&L show where it's a charity thing, and the views get cut down to 600, where'd everybody else go? They don't want to do it. They don't want anything to do with it, and that's fine. That's them. They gotta sleep at night, not me. But somebody came on there and started bashing my channel and bashing my guests and what we did and how great they were and how kind of rotten we are and blah blah blah. I'm not going to deal with that. I haven't been in there yet, but I'm going to go in there and I'm going to kick this lady off my channel and I'm going to block her so she can't do it again. You don't come from somebody else's channel and come to my channel and badmouth on us and how great that channel is, because I know what you're doing. This goes on around here more than you guys know, and I just usually get it on emails and stuff, and I just kick them off. You never see it. They're trying to get my viewers to leave my channel and go to that channel, which is the stupidest damn thing I've ever heard. Because the odds are most of my viewers are watching that channel anyway, and some of their viewers are watching my channel anyway, and that's what you're supposed to do. And that way you get kind of an idea of what's going on. They report all the good, happy stuff. That's all they do. And I report what I think is the other half. The drunks, the drunk drivers, the drug addict kids that live here. Because if you don't want to know that, then you don't have to watch my channel. But I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you it's here.
Okay.
So, what?
That's it.
I'm allowed to?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told you I didn't feel good.
You shouldn't be on here at that rate, but yeah. What's going on today? I mean, other than it being the day before Thanksgiving.
Buffalo, New York. I've been watching, man. I can't believe it. That is so tough up there. I saw people taking the snow off their roofs. I saw a picture of a house that actually caved in because of the snow. Yeah. And there's the third thing. Somebody sent me a comment. I made it a little short, and I was just joking. I made a short saying, "Oh my God, Buffalo, you think you got it bad? Look here, it's 52 degrees in Florida and it's raining." It was a joke. I'm just joking. And at the end of it, I said, "Buffalo, we're thinking of you. You know, good luck. We've been there, done that," and so on and so forth. And I got comments saying, "Hey, we'll take care of it. You know, 52, that ain't no big deal." It was a joke.
Oh my.
People lose their sense of humor after the age of 70, I'm telling you.
Well, like I'm really happy that we're here. I don't know what it is. When I got to a certain age, I couldn't handle the snow anymore. And it's not that, not that I don't love it up there. I think Indiana's beautiful. I love the green. It was hard getting used to it down here. Now you've got green down here, but it's not the same. And then y'all that live on the East Coast, the same thing. But the Midwest. But it was hard getting used to not having all the forest around us like we did. But I just can't handle that snow anymore. And I don't know, I've got kids that live in North Dakota. You talk about bad weather. I ain't going there. But it's a nice place. We went in the summertime. It's beautiful there, and it's a lot of nothing. There's a lot of land around there that just for farming or what have you. But I don't want to live there either.
Hi, Mark.
Glad right where I'm at.
Hi, Ruth Rager.
Yeah.
Joy Hudo's here. Haven't scared you away yet? Okay. Rick Anderson, Meadow 37, John Catrich.
Oh.
No, we already covered that. Reaction flu shot. No.
Yeah. Wrestler just had his colonoscopy.
Huh?
Wrestler just had his colonoscopy.
And you thought my conversation was gross. Gee, Wrestler, tell us all about it.
Well, he did just wake up from it.
Yeah. What's the best thing you like about your colonoscopy? The day before?
Oh, and Joanne says she had a fight with her turkey.
Hey, I don't doubt it a bit. I'm not a cook, but I can tell you that once upon a time we had a farm a small farm. And when we bought this place, it came with whatever came in the kitchen. And if I remember right, the oven, it worked, but it seems to me that the temperature was really, it ranged a lot. Like if you set it at 350, it may go down to 175 before it kicked back on to take it up to 425 and then go back down to, and I could hear Sue talking to herself out in the garage.
Oh, oh, Gringo, thank you. So I could use a drink today, but I'm doing coffee. No, I've got a lot to do.
I got booze in my coffee. I got, what's it called?
Bourbon cream. Bourbon cream.
Bourbon cream.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil B.
Yes. Okay. Well, happy Thanksgiving to the UK. John Hogan.
UK back on here?
Yes, but this is not, you were talking to John Settin the last time in the UK, and this is John Hogan. It's a different person.
Do they celebrate Thanksgiving there?
Well,
Why?
I don't know.
They didn't have to break wind or break corn or anything with the Pilgrims and the Indians.
They come from there. They come over here from there. What do you think?
But I thought the idea of Thanksgiving is when they came here to celebrate with the Indians, and then when they went back to England, why would England celebrate Thanksgiving? Is it England or UK? I don't want to get back in that subject.
It's UK. That's all he says is UK. He didn't say where in the UK, but the UK.
Yeah. It's just like, what is it that we celebrate, that Canadians celebrate too, but it's like a whole different date. Is it Thanksgiving?
No.
Something. Cherry's Jubilee and chicken and dumplings. Nope. Nope, Anthony, it's Cherry's Jubilee.
It's Cherry Delight.
Cherry Delight. And I call it Cherry's Jubilee, so that's where he got that from. Cherry's Delight and chicken and noodles, not chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, I like dumplings, but I make him noodles because that's what his mother used to make him.
Yeah, Mom made chicken and noodles every Thanksgiving and every Christmas. Handmade noodles, I might say, not noodles out of a bag. You might say I'm being persnickety, but that's just kind of like the channel or the family tradition thing that we have to hand down to one of our granddaughters probably. And the only one that I know that probably be interested in doing it would probably be Nixon, but she's in North Dakota.
Jesse called me last night.
And Jesse over here will do it. So that's the tradition. Mom, you have to make Mom's chicken. Well, actually, it's not Mom's, it's my grandmother's chicken and noodles. So she handed it to Mom. Mom gave it to Sue. And now we'll hand it on down.
Well, and Gringo,
so it's a traditional thing.
Gringo says Thanksgiving in Canada is in October.
Huh?
Okay, Thanksgiving in Canada is in October.
I knew it was something like that. They did it a whole different month.
Okay. Yeah.
See, and you thought I was making stuff up.
No, I know that there is some, but
everybody out there thinks I make stuff up.
We could do a lot. But I didn't know what we know. And Mr. Cheese says they always make homemade noodles.
Huh?
I said, Mr. Cheese said they always make homemade noodles. But you know what? I went to a German place last week, and I bought some Spätzle.
Some what?
And it was German noodles, and they're very similar to what I make. And I remember that Skip's mother has some German heritage in her, and that's probably where she got them from. I'm guessing.
Her dad was a German Nazi, I think.
Don't say that.
I'm not kidding. I think he was a German Nazi. I mean, and he was a hidden German Nazi. I mean, I can't prove any of that. When I ask my mom's sisters that are still alive about it, because I got to ask them now because the day's going to come. They're not going to be here. They're all in their 80s, and some of them are in their 90s, and most of them are gone. And the ones that are left, there's one of them that I know of. Her mind ain't right. She don't remember things like she should. But the ones that I do know that mind is pretty sharp is my Aunt Sandy, my mom's sister. She's pretty sharp. And then, so I asked him a question, like about Grandpa. I said, do you know if he was a Nazi? I mean, come from Germany and everything. And then they tell me what they know, what they remember of his past history was, because Grandpa did weird things that as I got older, I realized, well, why would he do it that way? But when you're a young kid, you don't think anything about it. He bought us a pony. So when we would go up there and visit all the grandkids up there running around, he treated us grandkids great. He got this pony just for us. And so we could go out there in a barn lot, and we all took turns riding the pony. His name was Strawberry. And we would ride Strawberry. We'd wear this pony out. And Grandpa, well, here's a couple of things. Grandpa owned the 40 acres. He paid cash for it. Where he got the cash and stuff, I do not know. And he lived off this farm. Everything, he had a big root cellar. Us kids used to go in that root cellar and look around and play. And I mean, this thing was huge. It was buried underground, had a concrete dome over top of it. He had hogs and chickens and things hanging in there. And then, of course, Grandma just canned things all year long. And remember the ball jars and the wax? She put wax on it and stuff. And there were shells in there that just went endlessly everywhere. And they only went to town and bought things like flour, milk, bread. And I'm not too sure much about how much milk they bought because they had a cow. And the only reason why they had this cow was for the milk. Because they'd get a calf every year to keep the milk going. And then they would, eventually, the calf would end up hanging down here in the root cellar somewhere. So that's how he lived. And if he needed any cash, I know that what he did is he backed his pickup truck up to the corn cribs, and he would take a scoop shovel and he would scoop a truckload of corn back when the corn was still on the cob. And he'd take it to the elevator and he'd sell it. And they'd cut him a check. He'd go to the bank. He'd cash a check. And that's how he got cash. He'd never filed for Social Security, ever. I don't know that he ever paid Social Security. I don't know. And I always wondered why he wouldn't file for his Social Security if you paid into it, because you have it coming. Social Security, by the way, kids, if you're watching this, ain't free. You don't have it coming unless you pay into it. That's the way it was set up. But he would never file for it. Never. And I remember once when I got my teenage years, asked him, I said, well, if you got Social Security coming, Grandpa, why don't you file for it? And it really set him off. So I never asked him again. He didn't want the government to have anything to do with anything that he had. He said, I own this property. They don't own it. They don't tell me what to do or how to do. And maybe that's where I get my attitude from. I don't know. But he didn't like it at all until the day he died. He never took anything from the government whatsoever. And he had a sister that came down every Christmas for 2 days. She came down from Wisconsin, I believe. And they would sit in the back room all day during Christmas. Us kids would open up Christmas gifts and things out front and eat dinner and blah, blah, blah. Grandma lived in the kitchen. That's all she did. She just cooked all the time. And they would sit in that back room. And I remember as kids, they had a curtain they pulled over the door where a door would normally be. There was a curtain that stood across there. And we would just go to that curtain and we'd be real quiet and we'd listen because we couldn't understand a word they were saying. They were talking German back there all day long. And then later that night, she would bid everybody goodbye, and we didn't see her anymore till next year. And every time she showed up, that's all they done. They'd sit back there and talk German all night long. And as I grew older, I kept thinking, what's he hiding? I kept thinking, I call him, I think he must have been a Nazi because I can't come up with nothing else.
Yeah. Where are you at? I hate to get too far ahead.
I don't know. This thing just jumps around. I see Miss Romania's probably making fun of me.
Yeah. And when Jerry Bell wants to know if Wrestler's having tofurkey tomorrow.
Wrestler's having what?
Tofurkey.
Tofurkey.
Yeah.
What's that?
Tofurkey.
Tofurkey.
Yeah, it's turkey made out of tofu.
Jesus. Wrestler, grow us that.
No, he didn't say he was. Jerry asked him if that's what he was having.
Well,
your favorite food.
Yeah, I'm not eating any of this crap.
Yeah.
Man-made crap.
Yes.
30 years from now, we'll find out that all this is crap. Just like we found out 30 years ago that what we're talking about now, what they told you back then. Remember the three basic things in school? Bread, milk, eggs, and whatever? That was supposed to be the healthy stuff. Now they're telling you all of that is bad. It all changed. Eat what you want. You're only going to live so many days on this earth. And let me just tell you this. If you're so religious like you say you are, and you believe in the book of life, does it make any difference what you eat or what you do? Your name is already in there and there's a date next to it. So what difference does it make?
You're just such a...
Oh, I'm not supposed to talk about that either,
just
am I?
such a pleasant person. Yeah, the tofurkey's a frosting in the fridge next to the fake ham. And we got ham this year.
Hey, there's Mr. Cheesus. I ain't seen him for a while. Hey, Mr. Cheesus. How you doing, buddy? Are you feeling better? How's that grandbaby doing? That newer one, that newest one. I ain't heard about that baby for a while now.
Yeah. You got another one?
Well, I don't even know. He had a new one, like, I don't even know when, a year ago, whatever.
I was going to say, it's been a while.
But he got sick right after that.
Yes.
And I haven't really heard anything more about it. It says expats celebrate wherever they're living.
That's true. That's true.
I can see why. Yeah.
Hey, Ford guy. Isn't he up in Fort Wayne?
Who?
Ford guy, isn't he up in Fort Wayne?
I don't know.
I think so. Well, some people love that about you.
What's that?
That you just tell it the way you see it.
I generally try not to on the live streams because I don't want to scare the new people away. I mean, the old people know me, and so they they're used to what goes on, and they listen to what they want to listen to, and they go, well, there he goes again. I'll be right back. I'm going to the kitchen and get a cup of coffee. I'll be back when he's done.
Yeah.
You know, I understand. But the new people, that's what you have to think about on these live streams. For those of you that's got a YouTube channel and you're thinking about going live once in a while, you always have to think about the new people that come to your live stream that's never been there before. It's called first impressions. You get one chance for a first impression. And I blow mine all the time.
Yeah, Judy P says she's scared.
Is she on here?
Yes.
Hey, Judy, how you feeling, doll? Are you hurting anywhere? I had the same thing you got. And yeah, I remember. Sue had to drive. I couldn't even lean back in the seat. I had to lean forward. I had a hold of my shirt and I had to hold it out. It was terrible.
She may not want the world to know that.
Well, I'm telling them anyway.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my God, I just lost my chat. Oh, here it is. Are we going to have to move again? That sun this time of year comes right through there and it gets right here.
Yeah. Well, we probably should have had a better background anyhow. The chair's turned that way makes a really nice background.
I do it this way because I can hit that button right. Where's it at?
Yeah.
I can turn this around so they can kind of see what's going on. Oh, you missed all the action this morning. Next door neighbor over there. And I don't know why. They had a beautiful yard. Well, they still do, but they had this big palm tree taken out. 2
of them. That one over there too.
Oh, they had 2 of them taken out. And they had their landscaping redone. And nothing. I mean, they can do what you want. I don't care. But I'm just saying, man, them palm trees that she had taken out, those are expensive palms. They're not cheap.
Like I said, they were beautiful.
Yeah, maybe. But,
you know, it's that time of year when everybody's doing their RMDs.
It's right over there. That house right there. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but there used to be 2 big palm trees on each end of that house, and now they're gone. Yeah. I know it's hard to see because of that stupid bush right there.
I'm going to cut that down soon, so don't worry.
I'll take it down.
You didn't even know that's what it was until I told you. You thought those bushes were getting too big.
I know what's getting in the way. I can see.
Well, it's
a dumb place to plant it to start with.
I didn't think it was going to live. There's 2 of them there. And I said, they lived.
Maybe I can help kill it.
Well, you already took a job on this one. But
on what one?
This one here on the...
I didn't do anything with it.
Well, I seen you pulling it out the other day. You was pulling pieces off the top of it.
Off the top of what?
The vine that's wrapped around the light there.
It's because you can't just let this thing just take off. You got to keep it trimmed back because what it's doing, it covers that sensor right there that tells you when it's dark, the light comes on. When it covers that, all day long, this light just keeps running because it thinks it's dark.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, I'm going to cut it down too. It's about that time of year.
I don't like that thing at all. It don't have no flowers on it. That never has any. And when they do have them, it's just not very many. I like the one we had that was right here. That thing was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And so that one needs to be. It just doesn't work here. I want the whole thing taken out and just get a whole new one to go in there.
Well, like I said, you have all these great ideas.
It's not that hard. You go shopping all the time. You go to Lowe's. You see a nice vine right there that's different. You get it. And then we just take a shovel and dig that one out.
I can buy all the plants in the world.
I didn't say flowers. I said vines.
I said
one
plants.
One vine.
I said plants.
One plant.
I didn't have anything there for a long while, so that was just an extra. I didn't know what to do with.
Yeah, if you have a YouTube channel, you go live. Always remember that. Always in the back of your mind, if you want your channel to grow, there's new people that come on your channel, and they don't know you yet, and that they kind of get a sense of your personality. And that's why I like doing the live things. There's a lot of reasons why, but the main reason is it gives us a chance to actually have one-to-one kind of communication, the best we can this way, with our loyal people that follow us. I mean, the ones that like to talk to us, ones that like to ask questions, the ones that like to pick on me. I mean, that's fine. I don't care. That's why we do this. So, and I do like the lives, but I will tell you, if you want your channel to grow, the lives don't do it for you. It's almost a waste of time, because you don't get the views on lives that you think you're going to get. It's just a chance to talk. It's like a phone conversation. It's just a chance to talk to the people that really enjoy what you do. The people here are watching because they like me and Sue for whatever strange reason. They probably like her more than me. So anyway, we're like George Bernard Gracie Allen. She talks, I don't listen. So
somebody says Edith and Archie.
Yeah, there you go. So
just close.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what it is. But as far as this right here, helping my channel grow to get new subscribers, no, they don't. People don't watch. But I'll tell you what, I mean, I know how the clickbait thing works. I've done one or two that way just to prove my point about it. I'm not a fan of it. There's a lot of YouTube channels here that do a clickbait thing. I don't like it. I think they ought to not do that. They should be honest and forthright with their channels. And to be quite honest with you, there's not very many of them here that do. It's all about clickbait. And I just don't want to do it. So that's why I don't promote too many YouTube channels. It's like real estate. If you really want to get an honest opinion about a house, a pre-owned home, it has to be a pre-owned home. There's two people I can recommend that's going to tell you, I'll say the good, bad, and ugly about a house. Ira is one. He will actually go look at a house that you're talking about buying. He'll go look at it. He'll do a video of it, and he'll send it to you, and he'll give you his honest opinion about things.
Yeah.
The second one is Robin Cavaliero.
Cavallero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll tell you the good, bad, and the ugly. Actually, I think she's got a monthly thing now she does where she'll pick out these houses, and then she'll go through them. It's a private thing. I happen to get that. She sent that to me as a gift where I can watch it. And I have watched a couple of them, and she's brutally honest on there. Nobody else can see it except it's $5, I think, to watch all of them. They're out every week. I think it's every week. And anyway, she'll look at a house and she'll tell you, oh, this is ridiculous. This is way overpriced. And the last what she even said, told whoever had this house for sale, she said, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, And that's true. You may not like it. You don't like that kind of attitude, then you don't want to watch it. But if I was buying a house and paid $300,000 or $400,000 for a house, I would hate to find out later that I got ripped off at $400,000. I would rather have a real estate person tell me, walk away from this one.
Yeah, and a lot of the real estate people don't tell you what's a reasonable price. They tell you a price that they think you'll like the idea, because they make more money if the price is higher. But they get you to sign because we can get you $550,000.
They all lie.
Well, not everybody, but I mean that's their job is to get as much money as possible for you. But like I said, some of them inflate the price, and so you want to do your homework before you buy anything. But yeah, there are honest people out there. Ira, is just super, super nice, and he'll tell you the truth. Robin also, they're very good at what they do. And Joy says she didn't realize how tall you was until the luncheon. Yeah, he's a big guy. And when I say big guy, I don't mean big guy. I mean he's tall. Yeah.
I'm overweight. I think
I didn't mean that.
since I've been weighing myself since I got sick, I've lost 5 pounds. See, that's the secret to a good diet. Just get sick. You'll lose weight.
Oh my, that's that's not actually good.
Dalton's on here.
Is Dalton on here?
Says and grandma. I don't and grandma. So he must have said something else before that.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see
Hi,
it.
Dalton. How you doing, buddy? You
Oh, yeah, he is.
Getting ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow?
Says hi, Grandpa.
You know, Dalton's my grandson up in Fort Wayne area up there.
Hi, baby. Haven't heard from you in a while. You get in trouble and lose your phone again?
Tell your dad to bring you down here once in a while. He can get a car. He's got a motorcycle.
He's got a car.
He does?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he just bought that motorcycle.
No. He bought the motorcycle a long time ago.
Oh, a good car?
He bought a new one at the time, I think.
Has he still got it?
Well, I didn't know. I don't ask him
I was
every
saying,
day.
if the worst comes to worst, he can rent a car. We did it all the time because I didn't want to wear my car out.
No, I think he got a new one.
Okay. Well, he can bring you down. Come down for Christmas or something. Get out of that cold weather for, I don't know when school break is. I know they get a week for Christmas. I'm not sure Christmas is a good time to come down here, Dalton. I mean,
and I said, that might be why he's home today, is because they're probably out for a Thanksgiving break.
Probably are.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is a better time to come down here for you, but Christmas, I got a friend that does video of Disney World, and even like right now, I wouldn't go to Disney World to save my ass. It is jam-packed in there to the point where they're starting to cut them off and won't let you in. GDP says, Hanner, now you know. Are you guys talking about me? Hanner says, I didn't know Skip was a pansy. What?
Oh, somebody called you a whippersnapper.
A whippersnapper?
Yeah.
Dave Dempsey. I see him on here.
Yeah.
Cindy Rowland. B cubed. 8 cubed.
That's a new one.
Yeah, he's new. So you got to watch what you do on these things. So like 8 cubes, I think he's new. I could scare this guy off. I mean, he's liable to watch 5 minutes of me and go, man, this guy ain't for me, and just go away. Because that's just a little hint. If you're going to do a live stream, first impressions. Just keep that in mind. It's
be nice.
Well, that's really not me. I'm
call it the Skip syndrome.
I'm honestly nice.
Oh, well, you are most of the time.
Like if you put on a dress, you don't want to ask me if it makes your butt look too big.
Yeah, I don't ask.
Okay, so show us the view out front.
And you did.
Well, there's really not going on right now. I mean, I know it's Thanksgiving, but it's really quiet around here at Thanksgiving time. I could turn this around and you can see down the road here.
Yeah.
And as you can see, there's really not a whole lot going on. It's just, whoops, let me get this thing. See, I moved that around now. I have to readjust it.
Yeah. Dave Dempsey says, fly your grandson down on Frontier direct from Fort Wayne. I would, but he's too young. Yeah, I was
going to say, we called, I think it was Southwest, because I got points on Southwest where I could get free tickets. Mm-hmm. And I told them about it, and they had an age limit, said they don't do that anymore. They don't babysit kids, that if you're below a certain age, an adult has to be with them or they won't go.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
who sent me some money?
Paradise Point.
Thanks, Paradise Point.
For the children's fund. Thank you.
Yep, yeah. I'll put that in there.
And Vic is at the airport.
Who?
Vic Madeira. He's at the Orlando airport. He's heading to Dallas for
Yeah, he
Thanksgiving.
told us he was going to
Yeah.
go. By the way, we're going to be doing a video at Vic house. We did a WNL with a guy that started a company called Fitted Furniture,
Mhm.
and he does a lot of stuff. But one of the things that he kind of specializes in is custom built closet organizers. That you work with him about what you want. You know, drawers, slide out doors, hanging stuff, box, whatever. And then he builds it specifically to fit your closet and installs it, which really got me thinking, you know, that I might do that for Sue for Christmas, like her gift for Christmas. When you get to a certain age, what do you really need? I mean, I don't need anything. She don't need anything. And truth is, if I wanted something, I just get it. And if she wants something, Amazon shows up the next day with it. So there's really no.
All I want's a full-length mirror and a puppy.
Well, the puppy I can't help with because I'm not adopting any dog that has a pit bull in it. I'm not doing it.
Well, I don't want one that has pit bull in it.
Huh?
I don't want one that has pit bull in
But
it.
every time we go down to see about adopting a dog,
Well,
don't
yeah.
think. Listen, we get these ideas from you guys all the time, and that you know you should adopt a dog, adopt a dog, adopt a dog. Well, we've checked into a lot of them. First of all, a lot of them is a scam. The puppy thing there in Tampa, that's a scam. The one in Orlando about adopting a dog and stuff like that, they actually do adopt dogs, but I think it's a money scam. Since when do I pay $600 and $700 to adopt a dog? And that's what they want down there. And you got to make an appointment with them so they can come to your house. They want to approve your house, and that's a $75 charge for them to drive up here to do that. I just said, this is a scam. I'm not doing any of this. So we go over to, is it Sumter County? The dog thing over there?
There's one for Sumter, yeah.
Yeah, there's one in Sumter. Plus here in the villages, they have these adoption campaigns they do
Every month they do it at one of the rec centers.
Yeah, and we've looked at them. We kind of checked into them. And some of these, I'm sorry, but some of these dogs are on their last leg. I'm not interested in adopting a dog on Monday just so it'll die on Friday. I'm just not interested in that at all. And then the other dogs they have are they're too big, just too big. I mean, I'm not going to say they're all pipped. They're not. And there's nothing wrong with the dogs. It's just that we can't have a big dog here. First of all, I'm not going to carry a Walmart bag to pick up this dog poop. And then second of all, if the dog decides it sees a squirrel and it wants to take off and Sue's walking it, it'll drag her down the road. She can't do that. So
yeah,
it's
been
gotta,
there, done that.
Yeah,
so,
it's got to be a small
be
dog.
a small one.
And you can't find them. And when they are available, they get scooped up so fast that you just can't get them.
And I said we've got a few criteria. We don't want one that's too old, and we don't. Of course, you don't want one that's sick. I would love to give one a home, regardless, but just can't do that right now. So.
Paradise Point. I'm trying to think where I've seen that name before.
I don't know.
Paradise Point. Is there a restaurant around here called Paradise Point?
Well, no, not that I know of. There's a rec center. I mean, the rec center over at Paradise. But
No.
But I don't know.
Paradise Point.
Paradise Point. Why does that name sound familiar to us?
You're going to have to tell me. Have you got a YouTube channel? Because maybe I've been to your YouTube channel and watched some of your stuff. I don't know. I'll just Paradise Point. Just for some reason that really rings a bell to me. And by the way, thanks for the kids. Appreciate it. Seriously.
Yes. We only got this month and next month to go.
Yeah.
Getting worried.
Real quick, while you guys are on here, I'll say it now. If you want to donate, and I understand money's tight for a lot of people, I understand. And I've told people, look, if you're a Patreon member and money is really starting to get tight with Christmas coming up and stuff, just opt out. I'm not asking anybody to stay in Patreon. Just opt out. I mean, when things get a little better, you can always come back in. It's not a big deal. But, those of you that do stay in, we appreciate it so much. The cheapest way to donate to the Children's Fund as of right now, the cheapest way, is to join the YouTube members. There's a join button below there somewhere. And it's like, I've signed up for 99 cents a month. But I've been told, and I don't know if this is true, you'll have to go look. I've been told that YouTube raised it to $1.49 a month. I don't know how YouTube can do that when I'm the one that set the price, but that doesn't mean anything. They may have raised it to $1.49. But if they did, isn't that pretty cheap? That $1.49 So go join now, because if you join now, that $1.49, if it's $1.49, will be taken out next month in December. And then that money will go to the kids. All YouTube members' money in the month of December will be donated for the kids, all of it.
Okay.
So join now. If I can get 500 of you to join the YouTube members thing real quick, just for 1 month, that's, what is that? Let's say $550. Well, I get 70% of that actually, but still, it's $500 and some dollars. And that goes a long way for these kids to, have a good day. So do that. The second easiest thing to do to donate money for the Wish Foundation is you can go to my PayPal account. There's a link below. If you click on that, it'll take you directly to the account. I've checked it out. It goes directly to the account. And it'll have a dollar figure right there. It'll say 0.00. You can put in $1 if you want. $2. You can pick out whatever you want to do. And I think it's a credit card. And that's it. And I've used this PayPal thing 1,000 times. I know a lot of people are worried about getting scammed and all this and that. Not my PayPal account. It's protected. I'm telling you. I use it all the time. I buy stuff through Amazon. I buy stuff through eBay. I can't even think of all the places I buy stuff. My StreamYard that I use to do the WNL show, I pay it all through PayPal. And I have never had a problem in the 7 years I've had PayPal.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy to do, and it's you can pick out the price. If that ain't good enough, you go below and there's a store down there with coffee cups, hats, T-shirts, things like that. I work with that store to where if you buy any of that stuff down there to support the kids, basically support the kids, whatever profit that I get at the end of the month on selling those products down there, they send me a list of how much profit I've got on each item that you guys buy, a coffee cup or T-shirt or whatever. And then when I ask for a payout, they send that money directly to my PayPal account, which is money used to go to the Children's Wish Foundation. We'll add all this up in December or January, and we'll let you know what the final figure is. And then we're going to cut a check, and we're going to take it down there, and we're personally going to hand them this check. Yeah. We did that for 2 years, and we're going to do it again this year.
And you can also send it by mail.
You can, but we're running to the point now where sending it by mail, listen, we ain't got time to run to the post office every other day. We're busy. Cooking Thanksgiving dinner, going grocery shopping, looking for a new microwave. I mean, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so, the idea of that check getting here on time so I can give you credit on the show is getting short.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you send it, we're going to take it. And we're going to get it. But I may not be able to give you credit on the show. And that's really what I want to do.
Yeah. Look what Mark Berry sent you.
Oh, I ain't got down that far.
Upgraded membership to friendship.
Hey, Mark, I didn't even know I had an upgrade. Yeah. But hey, thanks, man. How much is that? I don't even know. I know it's $1 something, I think, for the entry level, whatever that is, appreciation level, I think. And then there's a friendship level. Did I put a second level in there?
Well, I don't know.
See, YouTube gives you this list. You check this stuff off, and that's all I know.
Yeah, you're going to have to show me how to get on your channel just in case something happens like this last time when you were sick. I could have done this without you. I just, wrestler knows how, but I don't know how.
Yes, anybody's got a YouTube channel. The hardest thing about a YouTube channel is editing. If you edit, that's the hardest thing. I'm working on the news. I've been working on the news for next Friday for 2 days now. I'm still not done. It's editing.
Yeah. And, okay. At Paradise Point, they live in Melbourne Beach, and they don't have a YouTube channel, so.
Why does that name ring a bell to me?
I don't know.
I have to.
Is that what they call Melbourne Beach, maybe?
No, Paradise Point. Maybe I've been somewhere that's called Paradise Point, like a beach somewhere or something. I don't know.
I remember Penguin Point.
Yeah, I like Penguin Point.
They actually are out of business now.
I know. Out of all the different fast food places I've eaten in my lifetime, for some reason, Penguin Point in Marion, Indiana, across the street from RCA, had the best sandwiches.
And like I said, I got a notice the other day that they finally have closed it down.
Mm.
Yeah.
Everybody's got that in your neighborhood, right? In the area that you work in or something. Your favorite little place to go get a sandwich. Your favorite place to go. Hey, I don't know who it is.
Oh, yeah.
Your favorite place to go get I don't know, a beer after work or something like that. And like in Anderson, our favorite pizza place was
Arts.
no doubt.
Yeah.
And my favorite place on the way home from Gentry's Cabinets when I used to work at a cabinet shop on Thursday only, is I used to stop at that chicken place across from Payless, the first Payless store, the old Payless store. There's a chicken place across the street. The original Arch's Caddy Corner,
Yeah.
and then on this corner was that chicken place.
Okay.
I went in there because you could get gizzards, fried gizzards, only on Thursday. And I used to get a pint of gizzards, and I'd eat them on the way home. If they're cooked right. I love fried gizzards. I know a lot of people think of fried gizzards, disgusting.
Gringo says there's a Paradise Point in Mission Bay in San Diego.
What?
In San Diego. Maybe that's where you've seen it.
Maybe that's where I saw it.
Yeah. It's hard telling.
I just know that name really rings a bell.
Thanks, Pam. We appreciate it. Pam is appreciation level
Margaret
now.
Smith says, "Love your videos. You guys remind me of my husband and I." Is he grumpy too? Have you learned over the years how to ignore it?
Oh. She's about a truck flipping on I-10.
Okay, Paradise Point says I joined. It was 99 cents. Okay, that's what I signed up for. Was 99 cents. That's the cheapest level I could go. I said I was going to go the cheapest way for somebody to help support the channel, and that's what we usually use the money for.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say support the channel, I want you to understand what I mean. Supporting the channel just gives us that extra money to use it in a different way. Like in December, we're going to take all that money. We're going to give it to the Children's Wish Foundation. Well, it's your money. It's my channel. And that's what I mean. You're giving things to my channel so I can give it to them. And it's just like on the Wednesday Night Live show. For those of you that have never been to the Wednesday Night Live show, every show we give away stuff. And we're down to one game. We used to have 2 games a show, but now we're down to 1 game a show. And we give away, I don't know, here lately we've been giving away Amazon gift cards because it's easy to mail out.
Mm-hmm.
And they range from anywhere from $100 to $150 a card, depending on what I get from you guys.
Oh, safe travel, Vic. They're boarding.
Okay, man. Be cool.
Dalton wants to know what are fried gizzards.
I'll have to show you someday, son, what a fried gizzard is, because you're a Smith now. And, well, I guess he's always been one. Yeah, fried gizzards.
Oh.
It's kind of like deep fried tenderloins, kind of like, but I mean, I don't know, it's an Indiana thing, I guess, or a Midwest thing. I don't know. Grandma made fried gizzards.
Yeah.
And we didn't get them very often because there's only 1 gizzard per chicken. And with chickens, you get 2 drumsticks, 2 wings,
Yeah.
and you got 1 gizzard. So it took a lot of chickens to get a plate full of gizzards.
And very few places make them. So
Yeah, not
that's
very
one of
many
the
places.
things they throw away.
It's one of the things they throw away. But I've got a hankering for them, and I eat them.
Mm.
Kevin, see, he's from Indiana, right here. He says, Skip, when you come north, go to New Haven. I know where that is. That's like a suburb of kind of like Fort Wayne. Last time I was in New Haven, if I remember right, there's an Amish furniture store there. They make Amish furniture. I used to go in there once in a while with a semi-truckload of packing material or something. And, yeah, I've been in that area right there. Very clean, very nice. Anyway, says, go to New Haven, and you'll find the best gizzards you've ever eaten. So apparently there's a restaurant up there that serves gizzards. And trust me, when I go up there, if I'm in that area, and the odds are I will, because my grandson lives up there, um, we'll check it out. The other thing that I really like, did you ever notice that the older you get, the that all the favorite things you like to eat and drink or do, the doctor takes them away from you one at a time because it affects your health somehow. And I'm not supposed to have corn. Well, I do.
Yeah, could
Uh,
be while you were sick.
I doubt it. It's probably them peanuts I ate because I'm not supposed to have them either. I ate a whole bag of peanuts.
Oh, for God's sake,
I
no
know.
wonder.
And I told you guys, right? I said, I'm going to eat these and I'm going to know about this tomorrow, But I don't think that was it. But it could have been, but I don't think it was. But anyway, and I'm not supposed to have strawberries. I love strawberry pie and strawberry shortcake. And what
Yeah.
else am I not supposed to have? Tomatoes, because it's got them little seeds in it. Not supposed to have any tomatoes. Uh, but I do. Just a piece of the time, they just take his stuff away from me. Last time I was at a doctor's, he was checking my blood pressure and stuff, and I was still working. And I was working hard to be able to pass these physicals to keep my job. And he said, do you drink coffee? I said, yeah, by the pot. He said, well, I'm going to take you off of coffee because the caffeine in coffee makes your blood pressure rise. And I was trying to stay off the blood pressure pill because when you're a CDL holder, once you get on the blood pressure pill, your physical goes from 2 years to 1 year. And then they start monitoring it. And I didn't want to get into that situation, which I ended up doing anyway. So I drew the line there. I said, nope, that's it. I said, you've taken away everything that I really like. Coffee's not going to be one of them. I said, I'm not going to quit drinking coffee. I can cut back on it, but I'm not going to quit drinking it. He said, well, I'm not going to take the coffee away from you. He said, I'm taking caffeine away from you. He said, I don't want you drinking coffee, iced tea, no chocolate bars, no chocolate cake, nothing that's got caffeine in it. I said, whoa, back up. Yeah, so, it just, you got to draw the line somewhere. I don't mind cutting back. I just don't want to do away with it. And when I say like cut back, when was the last time I had a steak? And I love steak. When was the last time?
I don't know. When was the last time you complained about the steaks are bad down here?
The bad guy made.
The steaks are bad down here. You told me not to buy anymore
But I
because
know, but when we go to a restaurant, usually if I go to a restaurant, I'll get a good steak. If like, when was the last time I've been?
it's been a while.
Last time, I'll tell you what last time I've been is when the helicopter pilot guy came down here from California.
Oh, yeah?
And we met him over here at Texas Roadhouse. And that's the last time I've been out and had a steak.
Oh, okay.
How long has that been?
That's been a while. Yeah, that's been a while.
So I can cut back. I just don't want to do away.
Yeah. And Elaine says her mom used to buy packages of gizzards for the soup.
You buy what?
Packages of gizzards for the soup.
Never had gizzard soup?
So they didn't fight over one from the chicken. Well, everybody kind of does their own thing. I said giblet gravy.
Is that what that is?
Well, kind of.
Giblets.
Well, I said I don't know.
Giblets are gizzards?
I don't know. I don't know if that's the gizzard or the liver.
I thought giblets was the balls out of a male rooster. Giblets.
No.
Giblets.
No,
Giblets.
it's
the nuts.
You have the giblet gravy with your turkey.
That's the nuts. That's why they call them giblets.
Okay.
The jewels.
Okay. Can't prove it by me. I make my own gravy.
I don't really know either. I'm just guessing. That just sounds right to me. Giblets. That's got to be the balls.
I don't know.
Am I wrong? I don't know. It's kind of like mountain oysters. I've had mountain oysters.
Well, that's what Jerry says, that your favorite seafood is Rocky Mountain oysters.
I've had it.
It's about that goofy. Yeah, his favorite seafood.
Mark Berry says, okay, the next one up is $4.99. Hey, I didn't even know I'd done that. I guess I did. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, buddy.
Giblets, heart, kidney, and liver. Giblets are heart, kidney, and liver. Yeah, I knew it was the parts, but I didn't know what parts.
So it's just parts.
Yeah.
Whatever they got, a handful of what, they just throw them in a pot.
And I know Mom always did, but I just never have.
My grandma likes fried hearts.
Yeah, but I mean, that's why they make giblet
Have you ever
gravy.
seen a chicken heart?
I have.
How many of them do you need for a meal? God, I never. My
But
dad.
it's like the giblets. They're not that big.
But how many of them do you need to make a stew?
Oh, well,
That's what I'm saying.
never done that. So,
Well, it's just like gizzards. You only get one per chicken. How
yeah.
many poor chickens has got to die to give me a plate full of
I was
gizzards?
trying to think of the name of that. Oh, there.
He just came out of the shell. See him
Oh,
sitting on
okay.
top of it right there?
Yeah.
See how black he is?
Mm-hmm.
He's cold. He'll sit up there now. He'll change colors when he warms up.
Really?
He came right out of that shell. I watched him.
Huh.
So they're getting ready for next year's babies.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see on the bush over here that they trimmed on top of the bush?
You what?
Did you see on this side of the house on top of the bush? They trimmed them round bushes. Did you see on top of that one bush like the very next day? There's this long snake skin laying on top of the bush.
Yeah.
Some snake shed his skin over there.
Yeah.
That means, and the odds are, if you live here, this is pretty common. Most people don't think about it, but underneath your air conditioner, we have a heat pump. It's the same thing. If you look under your air conditioner sits up about this high off of that concrete pad right there. Snakes like to lay under there because it's cool and it protects them on a hot day. So
You'll scare everybody to death now.
and by seeing that snake skin over there is telling me that I've got a snake that's probably living underneath of my air conditioner.
Yeah. Well, I know that Linda's seen two back there in the shrubs before he cut them. But I seen birds walking through there today, so I don't think he's in there anymore. He may have went under the air conditioner.
Huh?
I said he may have went under the air conditioner after he left.
They hang around in there a lot.
Yeah. But that big shrub, it kind of attracts them. But they're on their way to the prairie. Oh.
How have you been doing? We're doing okay, Dalton. Grandma harasses me a lot. She wakes up on the wrong side of the bed all the time. She's always angry. It's all I can do to keep her in line with things. But I work at it really hard.
You know he's jesting with you. Okay. Glenn and Sandy's Adventures in the Villages. Love your videos and watch for a long time. One question. If I purchase or donate and it goes to the children's charity, can I take the tax deduction or how does that work? Thanks for all you do.
That's fine because here's one from, I can't say it, Ms. Fam Action Man. So my wife told me your newsroom looks pretty junky. LOL. Maybe use a green screen background. I doubt you care. Well, I really don't care. Yeah. My whole idea about that, so it's not a newsroom. That's just my studio where I do all my editing. And I also watch TV in there and all kinds of stuff. It's my junk room. And, Sue's always telling me, you got to do something about that background. You got to, straighten things up before you sit down with the camera on and clean off the tabletops and blah, 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 blah. I'm looking at it like, my whole idea there, maybe I'm wrong. My whole idea there is I wanted everybody to have the feeling that you're sitting in my room with me and we're just chatting. Because I did live stuff in there. I do news in there. And I just want you to feel like that I'm kind of like just reading you. We're just reading a newspaper together. And this is my house. That's all. I do have a green screen. I know how to use the green screen. I have done it a couple of times during a show. And I don't know. I just feel like that's fake. Everything's fake. And I'm really not interested in being fake. I mean, anybody who's watches me for a long time that's one thing I'm not, is I'm not fake. Anybody that's had a meet and greet with me and Sue, I think they'd all pretty well tell you that what you see is what you get. Yeah, I don't care if I'm sitting here talking to you. I don't care if I'm sitting down at Gators having a beer and talking to you. I'm just going to, if you ask questions, I'm going to tell you what I think, and then she'll tell you the right answer. But I'll just tell you what I think.
Oh, and then Glenn and Sandy, I really don't know about the tax thing, but I will call him and ask because that, to some people, that's very important. And I've never thought about that, but I know when I make a contribution to a charity, I usually get a slip for my taxes. And I've never thought about that doing this, but I'll call him and ask him and find out because I know if you do it individually, you do get that. So I really don't know. but we'll find out for you. Come back next week.
What are we looking for?
If you donate to our fund, the children's fund,
Yeah.
How do they take that off on their taxes?
You tell your tax man. You got a check that they sent us down at the bottom. They write down their children's wish fund, and then that way she has this copy of this canceled check, and or if she doesn't PayPal, it says right on there children's wish fund.
Oh, okay.
So they can take a copy of that, or do what we do. Just when we donate down there, I don't get receipts for anything. We just tell the tax guy, I donated X amount of dollars to the children's wish fund. They never question it, and if they want me or give them a receipt, I suppose I could get one, but
I have the receipt.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, but I've never really asked for one.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about donating a little bit of money, they don't never question that kind of thing as far as IRS auditing. They got better things to do. They're chasing Trump. Yeah. They ain't got time to look for your $50 donation.
But Glenn and Sandy's Adventures in the Villages, I've not seen your YouTube channel. I'll have to check into it.
Who we got?
Glenn and Sandy Adventures in the Villages.
Is that the name of their YouTube channel?
That's a YouTube channel, evidently. Yeah. I haven't seen that, but I'm going to have to check into it.
Well, Glenn and Sandy, put a link in the chat. I won't block you for that. If you're just trying to get your subscriber base up and get your channel known a little bit, put a link in the chat.
Yeah.
That way people can just click on it and go to your channel. I will allow it this one time.
Yeah. And let's see. Where are we at?
Where's Dalton at?
He's on there.
I don't know. He's talking to so many people and he types so much stuff in here. I never know what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Well, right there's one. It says, yeah, right. They're on their way to bite you. He's talking to somebody, and I can't get the two together here.
Maybe the turkeys? I don't know. Yeah.
Susan Rennick, thanks, man, for joining the YouTube thing. Why did you hide her?
I didn't.
Right there. It says, Rennick hair was hidden by Sue Smith.
Well, like I said, it come
Quit
up on
poking on buttons if you don't know what you're doing. Now, you're going to have to let her back in here. I can't do it because you're the one that... Let me go to channel report, remove. I don't want to remove, timeout, unhide. I'll do it right there.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Did I do it? I don't know that I did. Susan Ranks was hidden by... I didn't do that. Sue did it, and she don't know what she's doing.
I just hit the wrong button.
That was a mistake. Trust me. We did not mean to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I hit unhidden, so... Okay, she's back.
Okay.
Susan Ranks, she's welcome. Okay, you're back. Whew. Those mistakes happen, man, and we don't do that on purpose. Dalton says, I'm talking to you. Well, okay. Dalton, you need to go back to school and learn how to spell. Talking is not T-O-K-I-N-G. It's T-A-L-K.
Oh.
Susan Rank was hidden by Jerry Bell. What's going on here?
Was unhidden by Jerry Bell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And thanks, Jerry, for putting that link in.
Yeah. What link have we got? I don't see a link.
Oh, well, he put the link in for Glenn and Sandy's Adventures.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I don't see it, but...
I don't either.
I don't know. Now, my phone's doing crazy stuff.
Glenn and Sandy, I'll tell you what, I got moderators on here that are so good at what they do. I'm just glad they're on here because I'm like you. When somebody says, can you put that link in? I have to go like, where is that link at? What do I do? Do I type it in? And then I'm finding out from people there's a quick way of doing stuff like you do like a hashtag something. And there it is. I don't know.
And bless our moderators. We've got so many, Jerry and Wrestler and Grigo, they do such a good job. We could not keep up with everything.
No.
So we thank them tremendously. And they are faster than we are.
There it is. I see his link now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're going to check that out.
Yeah.
And good luck to you.
Yeah, stay in touch. Never know. I may want to bring you on WNL show as a guest. We'll teach you a thing or two about going live.
You know, it was kind of chilly out here this morning, but it's warming up some. I said some of the clouds are breaking up a little because it was just pure clouds this morning. It was just a cover. It was when I walked this morning, and I know I'm not supposed to walk in the dark, but like I said, when it was still dark out a lot later than what it usually is because of the cloud cover. But it's warming up. Tomorrow, I think they said it's going to be 80,
Yeah,
80,
I saw on the
84, something
weather
like that.
couple of days supposed to be in the 80s,
Yeah.
and then today it's like in the 70s, a little breezy. By the way, uh, you don't get any wind noise in our microphone sitting here, do you? There's a little breeze coming through here, but I don't think it's enough to
Yeah. Yeah.
interfere with our mics. Hopefully,
But if we haven't said it, happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
I don't care if you have a happy one or not. What difference does it make?
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's one of those days. It's nice. I wish we had family around. We don't. Uh, and then like I said, we kind of called off Thanksgiving because of him being sick. Because I didn't know what it was,
I didn't either.
and I wasn't giving it to somebody else, whatever it was.
That's the
So
thing. Like I say, Linda and Roy was going to come over here, and Roy's had some health issues here lately anyway, and I didn't want to take a chance on anybody getting sick because of me. So I told Sue, I said, just call it off, and we'll do something else later. But actually today, I'm not feeling too bad. I just feel a little weak. That's all.
yeah,
You know how you've been sick, laying in bed for 3 days, and you get up, you just feel like you're weak. That's the way I feel. I feel like I could eat, but I feel like I need to not eat a lot. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Burn.
Yes, and that's why I say I think we'll just call Thanksgiving for a couple more days just to make sure.
I don't know. I still feel like I could eat some chicken and noodles.
Well, I mean, I can go ahead and make them. Like I said, I've got my noodles made. I spent all day yesterday making noodles. Yeah, and my granddaughter called because I guess she wanted to make some, and she had it just backwards of what I do. And she said, "No wonder mine didn't look right." So I said, "Hopefully she gets that ironed out." But,
It's just part of growing up. You'll learn.
yeah, yeah.
I remember the first time you made noodles, they probably wasn't perfect.
No. Yeah, and I said she kept saying that mine had texture to it, and I wasn't sure exactly what she meant by that. But I mean,
I
it's
know
not a
you
flat noodle.
can't overcook the noodles because it's just like spaghetti. If you overcook it, the noodles there's no texture. They just like fall apart in your mouth,
Yeah,
and I don't like them like that either. That's why a lot of times whenever you make something that's got noodles in it, when it's fresh, it's fine. But then when you reheat it, the noodles get less firm and then less firm. And by day 3, to me it's ready to be chugged out because they're just nasty.
yeah. And John and Jane says, "Enjoy your Cherry's Jubilee." Well, guys, it's not Cherry's Jubilee.
They got that from me because that's what I've always called it, Cherry
Yeah, he's
Jubilee.
always called it Cherry Jubilee. And I said, if you look in a cookbook, it's totally different. The Cherry Delight is what I make. It's basically a cherry cheesecake. So
But no, it ain't right. Cheesecake is like peanut butter. If you want to know what I'm talking, it sticks to the roof of your mouth. It's kind of really thick, and it's okay, but I don't care for that. So she makes it whippier.
whippier.
I don't know. Is that a right word? Whippier?
I've given people the recipe before, and that's kind of the problem that they have is the consistency. They'll either make it too thin. Well, normally that's it. They make the cream cheese too thin, and it won't stiffen up. And you want it to be able to cut it almost like a pie. So you can't put too much in it. It's just like a teaspoon of milk at a time to make sure you don't get it too thin.
I like it smoother. I don't like it peanut buttery. That thickness about it. I mean, I can eat it that way, of course, but whenever we go to a restaurant, I never order cheesecake. Even when I went to the Cheesecake Factory, I never ordered cheesecake because I don't care for that. I like it to be, like I say, I guess I like it to be, I don't know what word to use, whippier.
You said that a while ago. That's funny.
Yeah. More aerated.
Yeah.
More, matter of fact, years ago, I think you used to put Dream Whip with it.
I did, and I quit doing that because that's when you tend to get it too thin. Now I put Dream Whip on it, but not in it. And I know you like that fluffiness
I
with
do.
the
And I
yeah.
also like graham cracker crumb on the bottom, not this
Yeah.
pre-made pie crap you buy at a store. People are getting so lazy. They just, one meal a year, and you can't make me a graham cracker crumb thing. Is that a problem? Is that because the store doesn't sell graham cracker crumb
Yeah.
crust?
And then if you were cooking, we'd be having uh, SpaghettiOs.
I'd be calling Bob Evans.
So, yeah, or call Bob Evans.
That's what
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, hey, by the way, you got any cherry or strawberry pie over there?
Yeah. Fluffier. That's it. Fluffier.
Fluffier. Yes, that's the word. Fluffier.
What was you saying?
Um,
Whippier.
what did I say?
Whippier.
Whippier. It's a new word.
Yeah.
It's a word.
Fluffier.
It's a word.
Yeah. But I say he'll get his cherry delight and his chicken noodles. May not be tomorrow, but like I said, as soon as he's up to it, because I don't think he should be eating a lot of heavy stuff right yet. Anyhow.
That's kind of the way I feel. My gut just tells me it's okay to have a little something. Like last night before I went to bed, I had a peanut butter sandwich. It may sound, goofy, but I'm fine with that. And then
Yeah.
before that, I had chicken noodle soup. And that was fine. I just feel like I don't need to eat something heavy right now or really rich because it may not settle real good. I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know. Um, let me just say it just sucks getting old.
And like I said, you've had kind of a bad stomach thing for a long time, so. Grandpa Eric fell asleep.
Huh?
Grandpa Eric fell asleep. So Grandpa Eric fell asleep.
Oh my God, did I put him to sleep?
Well, bless you, it is nap time, Grandpa Eric, yes.
J.C. Comer says you're loud and clear. Good. Glad to hear it.
And yes, the W&L is next Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, next Wednesday. I haven't really started working on the show yet. I got pictures from Judy. I got to get them downloaded. I think I got a video from her also. I got video from somebody else that I've got to get that I haven't gotten yet. I have a surprise guest on the show. I'm not going to say who it is.
yeah, I don't even know.
No, I don't tell these people anything. I just think the surprise of it all for everybody is actually kind of like what makes a little bit of the show. Like if I was to tell these girls what the game's going to be, it would give them time to prepare for the game. So I don't want that. I don't want that. So I just, they don't know what the game's going to be until I tell them. And that's a fact.
Yeah.
And I have no game yet. I haven't made one up at all.
And you're right, Jerry. There is usually fireworks in the beginning. Something always goes bad.
Something always goes bad. I mean, it's just a curse.
Yeah, but we don't have technical people.
But the one thing I'll say, out of 30-some shows we've done, no matter how bad things get, no matter what wonkiness goes on, I never give up. We get that show done.
You may turn red in the face and say a few bad words, but
I generally shut my mic off, though, when I'm talking. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I can hear him, but y'all can't, so thank goodness.
10-minute nap. Nobody naps for 10 minutes.
Judy says she'd try to get some more pictures. And I said, I quit doing it because you don't use my news anyhow, so.
Huh?
I said, I quit doing it because you don't use my news anyhow.
Judy said, you never give me any. How can I use them if you never give me any?
You never ask.
You guys have got your assigned territory.
You said you guys once again.
You guys. That's you, Judy, and whoever have your assigned territory.
Yeah.
It's your responsibility to take the pictures, take the videos, whatever, send them to me, and then I put them on. Then I know who's going to come up and say what about what.
Okay.
So unless you send them to me, I know nothing.
Okay.
If you don't send me nothing, I figure you have nothing.
Oh.
How hard is that to understand?
Oh, my.
W&L is now in December. My W&L show is every month. It's not just now in December, it's every month.
Yeah. But
Uh,
November 30th will be our next show.
yeah, November. It's always the last Wednesday of each month. Last
Yes.
Wednesday. Last Wednesday.
Now, December will be a little different.
The only one that's different is going to be December this year. It wasn't last year, but it will be this year because Linda made it different. She said that we should have it before Christmas, not after Christmas. And here's the logic. She said because after Christmas, everybody will be broke and they won't have the extra money to donate to the Children's Wish thing. We should do it before Christmas because people still have money.
Bye, Dalton. He has to go.
So I said, okay.
You too, sweetheart.
I'm easy going. I said, okay. So, yeah, it's going to be a short hop from November to December. That's why I'm trying to get you guys on board. If you want to donate a little bit of money, but you don't have a lot, that's fine. Be a YouTube member now before the December show because that money will come out in December and then you'll be part of that December donation. And so she just sent me a thing saying it's 99 cents still. So for $1, you can donate. If I get 500 of you to do that, that's $500, and that goes a long way toward the show.
Yeah.
Now, while I'm on this subject, I still need you people to come to the show and make them super chats and super stickers for a couple reasons. One, it's fast and easy for the donations. Two, it adds excitement to the show to do that. And then also, if you go to the PayPal account and you want to put your donation in that way, then I'll be writing all that down, and then I'll thank you on the show for doing that also. A lot of them did that last year because it saves us so much money because YouTube takes 30%, and then PayPal takes I don't really know, I want to say 3% for the transaction. That's a considerable amount when you're making a larger donation. So if you're making a $100 donation, I get $70 at YouTube. That $100 donation, I get what it would be $94 of it on PayPal. That's a big difference right there.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it that way, that's fine. I got no problem with it. If you're going to mail a check, do it now. Make sure it gets here on time because Christmas down here during the year, Amazon gets behind, the mail gets behind, and that kind of stuff. So, if you're going to do it quick. I'm not pushing you. I'm just saying, if you don't do it now, it may not get here by the show.
Yeah. And Jerry, Linda, and Frank they should be there just any time.
Who's Linda and Frank?
Linda and Frank, you want to know if they were back to the villages yet?
Oh, yeah.
And I said they said they should be there just any time.
Yeah, they're in Florida.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the thing to see,
They stayed at a KOA campground last night, about basically 2.5 hours from here, roughly. We've been there before at that campground. They're always working on that campground to make it better. She said
they put in all new shower facilities and everything. It's pretty nice.
Put in what?
Put in new shower facilities. I asked her, I've never been there when it wasn't raining.
That's true. Every time we've been there, it's been raining.
But it was evidently it was nice yesterday. And she said it wasn't too crowded, which surprises me with everybody on the road.
I got Frank hooked on Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said that everything's really nice, looking good, blah, blah, blah. Only disappointment was Roy couldn't find a Dairy Queen in town. I'm telling you, Dairy Queen will hook you.
Yeah. And I said, we love Dairy Queen. We do. The new one that they opened here, I said, it's if we're going somewhere, it's convenient, but otherwise it's kind of out of the way for us. But
Dalton's gone.
Yeah, he said he had to go.
Oh, see you, Dalton, buddy. Have a good dinner tomorrow. Tell your mom and dad we said hi.
Yeah, and Judy said UPS is delivering by golf cart. Yeah, they've done that for years, and they've got a location up. I think it's around Tierra del Sol that they have a field that they change all their deliveries and put them on the golf cart trailers, and it's cool to watch. The first year he was here, because Skip come from UPS, so the first year he was here, we just thought it was such a cool idea, and we took a picture of the guy and all that was running. And now they've got several of them, but it's different. It's just like the golf cart police. I mean, it works.
Yeah, UPS has done that. When I first came down here, and I saw that in our neighborhood where we were at, I went out and talked to the old guy about it, and he didn't work at UPS. No. He was just one of them part-timers. They like to hire people that live here to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I said, can anybody do that? He said, yeah. I told him, well, I retired from UPS. I said, I think I'd like doing that. I think that'd be fun. Work a month out of the year running around in a golf cart delivering packages. I just think that'd be fun. And he said, yeah, you ought to call me. Give me the phone number. Mm-hmm. So I called and the next year and told him I was interested in doing that. And he said, oh, yeah. He said, we're always looking for people down there to do that. He said, you live there? And I said, yeah. He asked where I lived, and I told him. He said, oh, yeah, that's a big area around Lake Sumter. He said, we could use you down there. He said, are you familiar with the area? And I said, oh, yeah. He said, I got my own golf cart, too. I don't need your golf cart. He said, well, we like using our golf cart because it has a UPS on the side of it, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. I said, that's fine. And then he said, you say you worked at UPS? I said, yeah. He said, what'd you do? And I told him. Things kind of got quiet, and it did a turn real quick. He said, oh, you were a driver? So you were a Teamster member? I said, yeah. I can't use you. Why not? Mm-hmm. He said, you have to talk to your union steward about that. He said, I can't use you. So I said, okay. So I did. I called the union steward up in Indianapolis about it. He goes, yeah, it's an agreement we have with them. If you're a retired UPS driver, I don't know about the dock workers, they cannot use you on any other UPS driving job, whether part-time or full-time, and a golf cart here is a driving job, because I'm taking a job away from what could be another Teamster member. Mm. So they wouldn't let me do it. So these guys, I get to talking to them, none of them worked for UPS. They were just guys from wherever, and they just did it part-time. They can hire them, yeah, but they couldn't hire me because I'm a past Teamster member, which I always thought that seemed kind of weird. But, it is what it is.
It makes sense, but yeah. Bye, Russell. Feel better.
Judy P's telling you that Frank's name is Roy. Don't forget that.
I know that.
You called him Frank.
Well, and Jerry asked me if Linda and Frank was here.
And Judy says, Sue, Roy.
I know that's what his name is.
Only I am allowed to harass Roy by calling him Frank.
Yes.
Gringo Loco says, lifelong DQ addict here. Me too, man. I love it.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no better textured ice cream, creamy feeling in the mouth than DQ. There's something about that ice cream. It's whipped, I know, but there's something about it. I like ice cream from everywhere, really. But that DQ ice cream in a cone, there's something about it. I'm not saying it has the best milkshakes or anything, but in an ice cream cone, DQ has the best ice cream. I had a cousin in Texas. He's not a DQ fan at all. Hardly ever went. He told me that. So while I'm down there with them, I'd make him go to DQ all the time. Say, hey, let's go to DQ. I'm buying ice cream for everybody. And we go through the drive-up thing, right? He's taking us around in his truck. I'm buying the ice cream. Before we left, they sent pictures as we were coming back that they went to town, and she said, hey, look, and they're at DQ getting ice cream. And every now and then she'll send me a picture where they stopped at another DQ.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, Jerry, DQ ice cream is whippy.
It is whippy.
But they do have an alternative that's not dairy, which, a lot of people can't do dairy. So they have an alternative ice cream. I think their dilly bars or something is non-dairy, or they've got a non-dairy dilly bar. Because Linda was with us and she would get them, and she's vegan.
Oh, WrestleMania. You've been treated too much like a girl today. It's time for you to start being a man. Go out there and get that steak and some A1 sauce and make yourself a real man's meal. Actually, after colonoscopy, they don't recommend you eating anything heavy, do they? So no. They always say, like, I don't know, cottage cheese or something.
That's what he said. He was still a little groggy, so he was going to lay down and take a nap. So I don't blame you, kiddo. I hate those things.
I haven't had one in a long time.
I know, you're due.
Maybe I am. I don't know.
You are.
I don't mind.
We have them at the same time. So
I don't mind the colonoscopy thing, but where I draw the line in the sand, once again, I am not drinking any more of that crap, whatever it is. I'm not doing it. Because when I got sick a long time ago and I was in the hospital, I think I picked up one of them sicknesses at the Indian reservation. And no, I'm not making a story up. I was running California and back, and this goes back in the years when Indians on reservations were dying of an unknown illness. Come to find out, it ended up being feces from mice and rats were getting into their food supply, and it was making them sick, and they were dying. And we came through this area, and all of a sudden, I just got sick. And the guy I was teaming with, God bless him, because I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for him, I'm not sure I'd have made it back home. I was in a hospital for, how long was I in the hospital?
Weeks. I don't know.
A while.
Yeah.
And they weren't sure what was wrong. And they kept, if anything fit up there, they were sticking it up there and looking around and everything else. And finally, they brought a surgeon in, and he did the one thing that I didn't want to hear. He said, I think we need to do exploratory surgery so we can figure out what's going on. Now, there's something about that. Exploratory what? You just want to go in there and dig around and look and see what it's. That's like, look, you're not a mechanic. Your car isn't running right. So you pop the hood and you're looking at it thinking, I'll figure this out. Well, no, we're not doing that inside of me. So anyway.
But you know, it was one of those things where he was out most of the time, so he didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, they had me drugged up pretty good. And I think I had, in a matter of a week, 4 colonoscopies, maybe more.
A lot.
They so many of them, they were coming in my room with the equipment to do the colonoscopy. They wouldn't even take me out of the room. And they weren't exactly sure what was wrong. They were just trying to figure it out. They did samples, blood samples, skin samples. I don't even know what all they done. And every time they come in, they say, we're still not sure what it is because nothing's coming back. But they showed Sue a picture that I'm not sure I ever saw. And they said, look at this. It looks like a hand grenade went off up there, and we can't figure out what that is. So that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I think I contacted something out there that, anyway, it ended up going away after a few weeks or a week or so. And they came in, did a colonoscopy in my room again. I drank so much of that stuff, I couldn't even get it down anymore. I mean, I'd take a swallow, I'd puke it up. I just couldn't keep it down anymore. And I told the guy to come in, I said, you're probably not going to do a colonoscopy today. I can't keep this stuff down anymore. I got none of it down. He said, that's okay. You haven't really had anything to eat since you've been here. He said, we're probably okay. So I warned him, and they went up and did it. And then he woke me up as he's putting his stuff away. And I said, well, how did it look? He said, you want to see a picture? I said, yeah. So he brings the picture up. He said, look, there you are. I said, well, I don't see anything. He said, I don't either. I said, so whatever was there's gone? He said, yep, it looks like it. He said, I don't see anything in there.
Yeah.
I said, well, doctor said he thought it might have been ulcerated colitis.
Ischemic colon.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he said, no, that ain't it. He said, because whatever you had, he said, that's not it because it wouldn't just disappear like that. So I said, do we know what it was? He said, I can tell you, I don't know what it is. He said, but that'll be up to the doctor to tell you. Well, the doctor comes in and he goes, well, I'm going to give you a release to leave here tomorrow. I'm going to keep you one more night, and I'm going to let you go home tomorrow. He says, and we're all scratching our head. He says, we don't know what it was. And to this day, I don't know what it was. Yeah. But to this day, I can tell you, I should have told Sue back then, just cremate me if I die from this, because, I mean, I thought I was a goner.
Now, which one is it? I want to make sure I got this right. I thought you said the other day, don't cremate you.
No,
and you
cremate me. I don't want to give all my money to these other blood suckers because they charge you what they want. Listen, if I die here and we want to have a funeral, here's how it's going to start. You got to take me to someplace around here. And that's going to be an ambulance ride. That's going to cost you $1,000 because they're not going to pay for nothing. Then they're going to say, if you want to ship his body back to Indiana, the law says we have to embalm him. They're going to charge you an outrageous price because they got you now. They got my body. They got you. And so now they want to take you to the airport. There's another charge to take you to the airport. And they want to put you in a packaging box of some kind to load you on this airplane. You're going to pay for that. Now they're going to send you to the nearest airport, which is going to be Indianapolis. I don't think Fort Wayne will accept the body. You have to go to Indianapolis. Now the funeral home has to drive to Indianapolis to get you. By the time we get done, it's going to be a $5,000 bill just to get my body back to Indianapolis, not including the funeral. I'm saying cremate me, put me in a plastic bag, we're good to go.
I'll put you in the backyard if you want. I don't care.
You can't do that here. It's against the law.
Hi, Pauline.
Is he yelling?
Oh, hi, Pauline.
Who did I hear yelling?
Oh, Don.
What did he say?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was yelling.
He may have been yelling at her.
You ever see the movie called, it had, I can't think of the actor's name. Because he's been gone for a while now.
Jerry says, can't UPS ship you back?
No. UPS, believe this or not, I know UPS can ship bodies. It's a special tag, and we have to be loaded a certain way on a truck. But can they ship me back on an airplane? That's a good question. It's very possible they could. They probably got the highest rate to do that. And I'm not sure where UPS delivers down here when it comes to air freight. I think FedEx is Tampa. I don't know where UPS goes here. It might be Miami. So that means they'd have to ship my body from here to Miami to get on the plane. No matter how you look at it, this is going to be money that's going to have a comma in it. And I'm not interested in doing that. I'm really not.
You'll be dead.
Because I'm going to be dead. I'm not going to care.
That's right. You'll be dead.
But I don't need this money to go to these bloodsuckers out here when, my family could use that money for something. And I just don't need all that. Because if you believe in the Bible like you say you do, it says in there, you came from the earth and as dust, and when you die, you shall go back to the earth as dust. So it doesn't make any difference whether it's sawdust or fire dust or whatever.
I'll just get out the dustpan. I don't know, buddy, but you better put me away nice.
If I go first, the funeral director's already told her that they could put my ashes in her coffin. But here's the thing, I don't know if all graveyards will allow that. Some graveyards will not allow, they have this thing, a double burial in one plot. And so by putting ashes in a coffin, technically that's a double burial. It gets into a lot of legal ramifications. And, I don't know. Does it really make a difference? But what was that movie that had, Nicholson? Jack Nicholson in it. And at the end of the movie, he had his assistant take his ashes to the top of Mount Everest in a coffee can.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, that was a good show.
That's me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Put me in a coffee can, and you have to take me to the top of Mount Everest and put me up there.
Like that's happening. You better get an assistant. A different assistant. So, yeah.
Jay Comer said, I called my sister in North Carolina. See the stuff you started? And it says giblets are neck, heart, liver, and gizzards.
I knew it was, the inside you take out, but I didn't know exactly which it was.
My grandma wouldn't like that because you're not going to believe this. I think we're going back to depression babies. And depression people look at life totally different than the way we do. Technically, when you compare us to the World War II generation, World War I generation, the depression people generation, we're spoiled. All of us are. We're spoiled. I hear people whining because the microwave is too small. I can't handle this. I got to have a bigger microwave. And I listen to that going, Jesus. And that's the worst thing in your life is a microwave is too small? My grandmother, her favorite chicken part actually was the neck. She'd fry it in the pan along with the chicken legs and the wings and everything. And nobody wanted the neck. There's nothing there. But she would nibble on this thing. She loved the neck.
Mm.
Dalton's back.
Yeah.
He must have had to go get something to eat.
Or potty break, maybe. Yeah. Oh, Lee Schultz, I told my wife to cremate me and send the address to the IRS with a note that says now you got everything, USOBs.
I like that idea. You should do that with part of my ashes. Put it in an envelope, send it to IRS, said you got everything else, now you got my ass.
Oh. Well,
Well, my battery in my phone is down to 15%. I forgot to charge it.
oh my God, it's
I
not
got, I
not
got,
like you do this every week.
no, I got your phone.
Okay. Well, it's 1:59, so you'll probably be quitting soon anyhow.
I don't know. It's good. This is good for about 2 hours. How long we been on here?
Like I said, it's
100,
1:59.
104 minutes. So this here is going to go. We'll have to get out of here in about another 10 minutes
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. So y'all have a great turkey
Lynn
day.
Gwendon said I had 2 colonoscopies. First one, they removed 10 polyps. The second one, I was wide awake, easy, nothing to fear from a 63-year-old. On the second colonoscopy, I actually seen the doctor remove polyps. Huh.
Cool.
I'm not sure I want to see all that.
That's what I've had several removed, but I don't think I want to watch
Yeah,
it.
I don't mind. Listen, the reason why I don't want to drink that stuff is because I know too much. I think that's what it is. I had a doctor in Indianapolis. I told him what the problem was. He was so open with me about so many things. He said, the reason why they want you to drink this stuff is because your insurance pays for this stuff. And that's why they always recommend
Hmm.
that. He said, there is a pill. I can give you a prescription for this pill. And you take this pill and you drink water. You take a pill every 15 minutes, and then you got to drink an 8-ounce glass of water with it.
I mean, it's
And you do this until all the pills are gone. And it cleans you out. Easy peasy. You get a little waterlogged there toward the end. I mean, I can't drink any more water, but you got to. And then once it starts, you're done. And you're cleaned out. The problem with that is insurance don't pay for that pill. You have to pay for that yourself. I said, well, how much is the pill, the bottle of pills? He said it's $75 for. I said, I'm in. To keep from drinking that crap, I'll pay the $75 for them pills.
yeah.
So I know them pills exist, but a lot of these doctors down here like to play dumb to it. Well, I don't know anything about that pill. I mean, we always recommend. I don't really care what you always recommend. I'm telling you, I want that pill, or I'm not doing this. So the 8 years I've been here, I've never had it done yet. And if I have to, I guess I could go back to Indianapolis and do it.
You had it done here.
No, I've never had a colonoscopy.
Yes, you have.
I have never had a
I have the
colonoscopy.
pictures.
Not from Florida.
Yes.
No, I have
Yes.
never. Where'd I go?
Over on 441.
No.
There's a surgery center over there. Yes, you did. I know. Because I took you.
She is wrong. I would remember who stuck something up my ass. We have not been anywhere here.
Yeah. I know. I have.
See how far behind Amazon's getting? I just saw that driver. That's an Amazon driver, and that's not an Amazon truck.
Yeah.
They're renting everything they can get a hold of around here.
Yeah. No. G Breeze, I understand.
Keith and Robin says, hey. Hey. Oh, anyway, getting back to that fitted furniture. I got off subject.
Oh my God, that was an hour
I
ago.
know. But when Vic gets back, he's got an appointment. They custom built his closet stuff, and I'm going to go over and video the actual install. I got a video already of the before, and then we're going to get a video of him installing it and the after of what it is, so you guys get an idea of what his custom closet is going to look like. I mean, because they're done in so many different ways, different types of material, different kinds of wood or not wood or whatever. So anyway, I think we might do our closet too, because Sue has everything. She don't need anything. So I just thought maybe if I could organize the closet, that way she'd have more room for, more shoes. And then I can.
That closet looks very nice the way it is.
Except the back wall.
Well, there isn't anything on there.
There is non-functional.
Well,
other than set stuff on there. But anyway, she had more shoes and more clothes, and more tops, and just more of everything. And later we'll add on to the house, so we'll have her very own walk-in closet. So I think the sun's getting too bright. See how dark it's getting?
Oh yeah, it's in on me. So, but yeah, that should be an interesting video, guys. Vic's house is beautiful, and I said that closet it's a little bigger than what mine is. So they've got a lot of room to work there. But I'm curious as to what he does there, because if if they do mine, I'm not sure what I want him to do. Whether I
Well,
want
you'll
him to
have to
put
tell him because he can't
drawers
make
or
it.
cubbies or.
You'll have to tell him.
Well,
I want a drawer for this. I want a door for that. I want to
Yeah.
hang stuff here. I want to hang stuff. I got clothes that's going to be 6 feet long, so I need a six. Really? If
Yeah.
you're the kind of person you cannot fold your pants, how long are pants? So if you're
Yeah.
going to hang them, they can't touch something.
Yeah.
So you need long areas.
And I do need some for
My phone
dresses,
just shut
although
off.
I don't have a lot of dresses, but I.
My phone just shut off.
Oh my! Well.
So my
Let's see
phone's
now.
dead.
Okay.
You can speak about me now. You can talk behind my back because my phone's dead.
Okay. Then this is Foxy.
Subject: how weird can Skip be? Talk amongst yourself.
He says, my brother-in-law was golfing in Maine and dropped dead on the golf course. He was going to be flown out of Boston to Phoenix. The quote was for 15, I'm assuming, thousand.
Raleigh.
And Gringo says, I need more bourbon. Such a smart guy.
Once you die and you need all these special things done here in the villages, it ain't the village developer getting rich around here. It's everybody else too. I'm telling you, air travel for a dead body, that's a special thing. You can fly live cheaper than dead. And it's just a whole different thing.
I'll cremate you and put you in a Quaker oatmeal box. They'll never know.
Pretty much, yeah. They can take me right over here to Wildwood, cremate the body, put me in a oatmeal box. Sue will take me home, and then she'll put me in a plastic bag. And next time she goes to Indiana, she'll take me up there.
Right.
Man, to me, it's just mathematical sense. It has nothing to do with religion or any of that stuff.
Yeah. So.
Did you know? True or false? Those of you that's not a Patriot member, you don't know about my True or False series. I'm having fun with it. True or false? When the air balloon was first invented, it was invented in Italy, and the person that invented the air balloon thought that the balloon rose in the air because of the smoke. He thought the smoke made the balloon go up. True or false?
KM says true.
That is true. It was many years later that they realized it was the heat, not the smoke.
Okay.
I have fun doing them true or false. Like I find this stuff here and there, and I just kind of put it together. See, on YouTube, you can do a short, and I've done a few shorts out here, but you're limited on what you can do and how fast you got to talk and what you can say, and then it shuts off. I mean, there's nothing you can do. It's just gone. Yeah. Where my true or false, I can put things on there and talk about it or whatever I'm doing. If it's a minute and 11 seconds, minute and 30 seconds, I can do that. And so I'm kind of making my own shorts.
Yeah. Well, Gringo said that's false because it was in France.
Maybe it was France. I've got it in there. It was just another country. It doesn't make any difference. France, Italy, Germany, who cares?
Yeah, 69-70.
Yeah, the whole point was about the smoke making the balloon go up.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and G. said they also thought it was in France, so I think it's probably in France.
It probably is.
Yeah. Well, what's the point of having a true and false if you don't know the answer?
I do have the answers in there because I check them up. But out here, you're trying to get me to remember what I put in there. And my memory is like, you know.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Yeah. I've got a whole true or false one in there about Harold Schwartz. Things I bet people never even knew.
Yeah. Meadow 37 said, do folks go out and eat for Thanksgiving a lot rather than cook?
No, we only actually ate at a restaurant on Thanksgiving was the year she broke her leg and she couldn't get in the car anyway or anything. So it was left to me to cook Thanksgiving, which I did. I did a great job. I made stuffing. I cooked turkey breasts. I had green beans. Yeah. I had mashed potatoes, gravy made out of the turkey stuff. And I had pumpkin pie. Here, this guy right here.
But people do go out and eat a lot because, you know, it's just like guys.
You're ruining my whole story.
Mowing the lawn.
You're ruining my story. You're talking about something that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah.
I did a Thanksgiving dinner. You know how I done it? I called Bob Evans and DoorDash brought it to the house.
Yeah. But like I said, it's, a lot of people do, because I said, you get tired of cooking. I get tired of cooking.
It's your job.
No, mowing the yards are your job,
No.
and
No.
Jose does it.
No, we only have two rules in this world. It's in the Bible. God said, I put man on earth to serve God. I put woman on earth to serve man.
It's in the Bible.
Yes, somewhere.
They say, what one are you reading?
I don't know. It's in there somewhere.
No, I didn't. But,
Which Bible?
Yeah. Well, and I said that, I remember that one time that you said that, the bee can go to flower and flower.
Have fun.
Bee can go to flower, but the flower don't go to the bee, or something like that. I don't know. Some nonsense. But
well, that was about men and women cheating on each other. And I said, that's just nature, that a man cheats on a woman, but a woman never cheats on a man. And the guy said, well, how do you figure that? I said, well, it's just an old Bible proverb. The bee goes from flower to flower. The flower never goes from bee to bee.
Yeah, it's ignorant. What can I say?
But it's true.
Yeah, Skip quotes scripture. He thinks he does. I've never seen that in the Bible. It's not, I don't read the Bible every day, but I've never seen anything like that.
You gotta poke the bear once in a while.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Stephanie, hey, Stephanie. You get to watch the silliness today.
Who's Stephanie?
Stephanie Walker.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Maybe I do. I don't know. Sorry.
Oh, somebody said we have matching shirts today. I didn't even realize that. Same color, I guess. Yeah.
Is that England? UK?
Yes.
What does it say?
It says, Stephanie Walker, hello, just found you. Love your chat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah, we got a lot of people from the UK watch us.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more people from UK watching, which I find that fascinating. Why anybody over the pond over there would watch this old shit.
Yeah. He's still trying to figure out how come he can make a phone call to the other side of the country.
Don't you find that
caused him long distance?
Hey, I grew up with long distance, change in the pocket, phone booth. You keep feeding the coins in there, a collect call. You want to know how old you are? Ask your grandkids. Here's a question. Ask your grandkids simple questions like, what's a collect call? See what they tell you. Yeah. Here's another question. Ask them, how many colors in a rainbow?
Yeah.
Ask them, what's dial up?
Oh, and Jerry, yes, the Canadians are back. Our neighbors across the street are here. And I said, there's a couple of them in the other end of the neighborhood, and they're all here right now.
Yeah, I don't know how many Canadians in our neighborhood. Some rent, some own. There's, I think, at least maybe 3 or 4 different houses here, something like that. But yeah, they come down here usually around October is when they start showing up.
Yeah, and I said they visit one another. So that's why I know when they're here. And I said there was some people renting across the street before Donald and Pauline got here, and I don't know if they was renting. It might have been family, but they were here, and they said they had COVID, and so there was a bunch of golf carts, people from Canada in golf carts that pulled up in the driveway, and they sit in the garage and they talk from their golf carts to make sure they didn't spread germs. And I wondered why they were doing that, and then they told me that they had COVID, so they couldn't get near anybody.
I wonder if that's what I caught.
Well, no.
How do you know?
It's been too long ago.
How do I know how long it takes before it takes effect?
Well, it's been too long. Trust me. It's been
you're another one of them armchair doctors.
No. I just know the symptoms you had wasn't anything like that, but
I don't know what I had. All I know is just cremate me.
Well, I said make sure you say it right this next time, because I thought you said don't cremate me.
It doesn't make a difference what I want anyway. You're going to do what you want.
You're going to be dead. I'll do what I want. Yeah, but he goes by the premise that he knows that I'm going to die first. So
I don't know that. We thought the same thing about Dad.
Yeah, I know.
Look what happened there.
Your mom did too.
God, let me tell you about death when it comes to, you got to handle it, whether you like to talk about it or don't like to talk about it. it's just one of them things you've got to handle.
It's older guys.
Mom had Dad's funeral all planned, all paid for.
Mm-hmm.
The casket was picked out, and I'm sure Dad went with her. She knew, with all the medical problems he had, that he was going to go first, and we were all said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was healthy as a horse, as they say, and then all of a sudden I get this phone call that Mom was in the hospital and she had passed away. What? I couldn't really remember that. I was in the car.
Yes, yes.
And immediately we started heading up north. And then my boy calls up. He says, yeah, I'm at the hospital. He said, Memo passed away. I said, what happened? He said, they don't know yet. And it was just dumbfounding because now I got a father that's really, he's never lived by himself his whole life, ever. Mom's always taken care of him. And he had problems that we didn't really know at the time what the problems were. But now we knew that we had to take care of him because he couldn't do things. I mean, Dad couldn't do the simplest things. He couldn't write a check. He didn't know what bills owed to, he didn't know anything. I mean, and that's when we realized when we took him in and had him checked out, we found out he had Alzheimer's. That's why he didn't know anything. So it becomes a problem. And these are the things you got to discuss with your family and let them know. So in case something happens, at least they're prepared for it.
Right.
So I'm letting her know, if I die from this, whatever it was, cremate me.
I just want to know who your insurance is with.
How would I know? You pay all this stuff.
No.
If you die first, I'm lost. I don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
I don't even know what bank we go to. I know it's Citizens. I know that. But generally speaking, everybody goes to the same bank. They get to know the same people at all the different branches. I'm going to guess we go to the one in Brownwood.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. So if I walk in there and say, Sue passed away, here's my death certificate, I need to know how much money we have in what account because I don't know.
And then they won't tell you because you wouldn't go out and sign the card.
See, I haven't signed cards yet. I got to sign cards. This is funny.
You've only been here 8 years.
My money's in a bank, but I got to sign cards.
And like I said, we've only been here 8 years. What's your hurry?
Well, I don't know.
Well.
I mean, I look at it this way. I didn't sign nothing for Dad, and we had a lawyer though. It took care of Dad before he passed away, didn't we?
Yes, he had. Oh, yeah.
We had got a living trust. Maybe
Yes.
that's what we should do. Get a living trust. That way everything.
And I said, what are we waiting on?
I should write on a piece of paper exactly what I want done if I pass away. Here's what I want done. I want my body cremated. I want half my ashes taken down to Disney World and put in that statue thing. I want the other half of my ashes to be taken to the top of Mount Everest. You'd have to do it.
I would. I'd find a way. But, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. I hope he doesn't scare you away either. He needs to quit talking about that stuff.
Who am I scaring away?
Oh,
That's right. You always think about that first person that comes to your YouTube channel that's never been there before. It's called First Impressions. Do not do what I do.
Yeah. And then I said, he scares away a lot of people.
I do. I scare away a lot of people.
Yeah. And I said, he's pretty particular about things.
I am particular about some things.
Yeah.
Mainly my food. Don't mess with my food. It really ticks me off when somebody wants to change my food. I've boycotted restaurants for 20 years because they changed my food.
Yeah. And I said, food is to live. Yeah, if you enjoy it, fine, but it's to live. You have to eat to live.
When you have your favorite restaurants, and I'm going to say this is probably true for most people, you have your favorite restaurant, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. You go in, the odds are you probably order the same thing over and over again because you really like it, whatever that dish is.
Yeah,
I'm that way.
The sun's getting where I can't read my phone.
I'm that way. I order the same thing. Olive Garden down here is probably one of my favorite places to go. And I order the same thing, but I have a backup. For some reason, if they don't have what I want, then I have a backup that I'll order. But in most cases, I order the same thing. And Sue does too. She orders basically the same thing over and once in a great while, she might get something different, but not very often.
Yeah.
So when I go to the same restaurant, I order the same thing, and they bring me that food, and I look at it going, this don't look like what I've been getting for the last 10 years. This doesn't look right at all. And then they say, oh, they changed the recipe. This is a more healthier way of cooking it. We don't use butter anymore because this is healthier. We don't use regular noodles anymore because there's bleach in it. We use the whole grain noodle. I didn't ask for any of this. They decided to do it, but they didn't tell me that they were going to do it. That's what makes me mad.
Dalton says he has to go because they're starting a campfire. So,
okay. Don't burn down a neighbor's house.
Yeah. Call me. Okay. Let's see. New Yorkers don't scare easy.
The what?
New Yorkers don't scare easy.
They don't. New Yorkers are tough. I've been in New York
Grandpa
City.
Eric says there's an alligator in every pond.
Am I the alligator?
In Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's what she said. New Yorkers don't scare easy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And Miss Kravitz.
Just a lesson for those of you that are new, that happen to be here, that live in the villages, or considering living in the village, or just considering to live in Florida, period. If you have a dog, which there's a good chance you do not walk them around water, any pond of water, any water, unless it's maybe a swimming pool. But I'm not sure about that either. Just assume that if there's water, there's a gator in it, and your dog is no more than lunch. He doesn't recognize that animal as a pet. And we've lost dogs here because of it. So I know it's something you don't really think about, and you'll walk your dog around water, and you just don't even think about it. We did that. So I know it's something that you have to be aware of. So I'm just warning you. Stay away from water with your pet.
Yeah. And KM says you're particular about everything, Skip, and I never even met you in person.
I am particular about a lot.
How did you figure that out?
I am particular about a lot. But really, once you understand my particularities, is that a word? Particularities. Particularities.
I can't even say it.
Yeah, once you understand my particularities, I'm easy to get along with. I don't need a steak dinner. I'm a big hamburger fan. I love a good hamburger. How simple can I eat? I mean, a hamburger.
It's the reason I drink.
And then it's just like every now and then I like a hot dog. It ain't the hot dog. To me, it's the bun, and it's also the, what they call it, coney sauce. There's a particular flavor of a good coney sauce. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not a chef. We have never found good coney sauce here either. It's always full of beans. Well, that's not coney sauce. That's like chili soup with beans in it. And I know in Indiana, we used to get coney sauce somewhere, and it was really good. You go to Dairy Queen and get a hot dog with chili sauce on it, that's what I'm looking for, is that flavor. And I haven't had one down here at Dairy Queen. Maybe they've changed it too. I don't know that. But we haven't really had, it's a chili sauce, and we just don't have a good one down here. None that I found. Well, I don't shop. So it's her job to find it.
Yeah,
right? God put woman on earth to serve man. This is her job.
Oh, Lord. Guys, we've been married almost 52 years. If you believe that I believe any of this crap, I don't.
She's going to go to hell for that.
But Cheryl Perry says, your live shows make my day. When we go down again, they would love to meet you both.
We're always around.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say always around. Just let us know when you get here.
Yeah, let us know when you get here. Yeah. And, and somebody to go over trust would be a great guest.
Somewhat.
Somebody to go over trust and stuff would be a good guest.
To go. They would be. It's just hard to get them people to come on.
Because they do that for a living. So.
Well, it's a lot of people are really scared of coming on live and talking. They don't know what to expect. I've had people that I've run into at the square that I say, hey, sit down here with us a little bit. I turn the camera on, and we'll just talk a little bit. Oh, no, I don't want to be on camera. So what do? You can't force them to do it.
Right.
I've even tried to get people to come on the show saying, hey, you know what? We can make this like a radio show. I don't have to show your picture or anything. Mm-hmm. Your screen will just be black, or I'll put like a little avatar on there. And then we can talk. I can record it. It won't have to be live. I can record this and show it later. And you can just answer questions back and forth, and they'll never see your face.
Right.
They won't even do that. So I can't force them to do it if they don't want to do it.
Yeah. But that is a good idea. Well, we'll see what we can find. You never know.
Yeah, who are you going to call?
I,
Ghostbusters.
I don't know.
Okay, that was the low battery signal right there. That's the reason why we froze. So we've been here probably right at 2 hours. I think that's long enough.
Yeah.
We have rambled on too long.
Yes, yes.
So we got to get back in the house. She got to get in there and start.
Cooking.
Well, I don't know. We're not having Thanksgiving tomorrow, right?
No, but you got to eat regardless.
No, I know, but I've been eating
Yeah.
soup.
Yeah. Well, that's okay if you want soup. I'll get you soup. But yeah. Bye, y'all. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Oh, I just threw my mic on the ground. I'm sure.
That's good because you can't hear him. You just hear me.
I'm sure that's so professional, isn't it? All right. Thanks, Jerry, and the wrestler, and all the moderators. Thanks for helping out.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Y'all come back and see us next Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday I'll do Porch Settin again before the W&L show, and I'll remind everybody once again, be a YouTube member. That's the cheapest way to make a donation to the kids for the month of December.
Mm.
But you got to join now for the December money, and it's only 99 cents. And like I said, I need 500 or 600 of you to do that, and then we'll be on our way. So anyway, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. See you next Wednesday night for WNL, and we'll see what we can come up with. I never have these shows planned, WNL. They're not pre-rehearsed or anything. We just always hope that things go good.
You can't tell. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks for coming, guys. See you later.
Yeah.